fact, right here you can see that Frank still. Hey folks, quick commercial break here just to say this. I have a lot of great friends that I've made along the way. He's a very talented guitar player and guitar designer, and he recently created a guitar for a very special person under a very special label. In fact, right here you can see that Frank Stallone Guitars exists, and right now you can pick up the guitar that's being played right down there, um, the Stallion from Frank Stallone Guitars. You can check it out, and this is an non-paid endorsement. It's basically just helping out my friend get this guitar sold out. It's getting close. It's a beautiful piece. You can see it in many ways. This is the interview. You can check out the website, but again, unpaid. This is not a paid endorsement. Not doing that type of stuff yet. But as you can see here, you've got lots of things to view and take a look at this particular guitar. So if you get a chance, check out the frankstalloneguitars.com, and check out this guitar if you happen to play guitar or you're a collector, especially because it is something special. Anyway, thanks a lot, and thank you, Stuttering Guitarist, for all your help and everything that you do.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, put your hand to the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah, but I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
I'm sorry, I have no idea what's going on tonight. We had a really weird start, tried to get the show started about 20 minutes ago at this point. Evie Muck said no. And then it automatically created like 4 other streams. It was very strange, but I have a group of humans that are here to spend the night with you. Well, some portion of the night. Anyway, we were really destined to have a very short early show, and now that doesn't seem like it's even possible. Hopefully some of you got a chance to check out the Frank Stallone Guitars commercial about a custom guitar that one of our people in our fellowship designed, stuttering guitarist. And if not, I'll run that commercial one more time before we end. But right now, I have a great group of humans behind the scenes that need to get in here and talk with me and you and everybody else. We got the amazing Graham Cast. What's up, my friend?
Stallone guitars, one of the most unique guitar layouts I've ever seen on the pickups. 2 humbuckers and a P90. Excellent, excellent axe.
Oh, yeah. Pretty cool. It looks amazing. Of course, next up, we got to introduce the one and only runner of the internet. It's Jason from Sci-Fi For Me TV. How's it going with the internet tonight? You didn't help me out at all.
Well, no, because I was too busy watching the Saturn Awards implode. God, I have a rant building, but I'm not going to do it right now.
Okay, well, I'm waiting for the rant, and the rest of us will wait for the rant, but we have to bring in a Canadian, a guy that thinks that he can play hockey or guitar or anything. He does a lot of shows, but one of his most important shows is with Comics Division. Of course, I'm talking about that 70s rock fan. How are you tonight, my friend?
I'm very well, sir. I play hockey as well as I play guitar.
So not very well.
Yeah, I can play a really mean solo on a hockey stick.
Fantastic. Speaking of fantastic things, last but not least, another amazing Canadian, a guy that I think is probably the most talented on the stream, definitely vocally. He's got a funner house than you do, and it's probably somewhere in the snow. It's the amazing CC Karaoke. How are you doing, my friend?
Snow? Where's the snow?
Oh, I don't know. You
washed away in the rain.
Oh no! I want to know. Have you ever seen the rain? Eh? I have no idea what happened, other than we went with this really weird, like non-start to the show. Like, what the heck happened? But for whatever reason, the show seemed to go through like a lot of transitions.
Well, Culture, all I can say is I'm on one of the other 3 streams that you set up, and it's a much better one than this one.
Yeah, it's really
much more
quiet.
Exciting.
I bet it is. I'm going to tell you this. The highlight of the night tonight for entertainment was the Grammy Awards, and they super sucked balls. So, yeah, no bueno. But I'm glad you guys are all here. I'm glad everybody in the audience is here. We got a lot of you out there. I got folks over on Rumble. I got folks over on the Tube, and folks over on Twitter. Hi, everybody. Good to see you. Yeah, the boss is watching us tonight. We got Charlie Chan in the audience. Look at us. We got amazing beings hanging out with us.
By the way, did you see that Instagram is now giving you the ability to broadcast live? You can now live stream from your tools like OBS or StreamYard or wherever. Yeah, they have that.
Okay,
but
so wow.
If you do that and you go to other places.
Mm-hmm.
See this green box?
That's very strange.
That's all that Instagram will let them see, because Instagram's vertical, right?
Wait a minute.
Everything you do is got to be right there, or else it won't be in the Instagram.
Can you de-zoom it? De-zoom?
No,
unzoom?
not that I've seen.
Leaf.
I just kind of played with it a little bit today, but yeah. That's the framing.
Yeah, Dare, I have no idea what happened. Thanks for being here, dear. I appreciate it. I have no idea. It like every time I hit initialize, it said no, thanks. Yeah, we actually. How many times did I hit the button, Graham? Like 4?
Probably more than that. Did you? One thing that I learned from my years in tech, if you turn it off and on again, it usually works. Did you try that?
Except, you saw me do that actually, and then didn't fix it.
I believe the proper solution is to pick the monitor up and throw it across the room angrily.
Okay, this monitor, this 50-inch curved monitor in front of me, no.
No, wow, but that's what always seems to work in the movies.
I'm just saying, maybe this slightly less expensive 29-inch over here. Maybe that one I'll throw.
Size isn't everything, Culture.
That's what she does.
Yeah, that's what I've been told for years.
It's all
Never
about
mind
the
the
curve.
quality, feel the width.
True. The curve does matter. Ask anybody out there. Hi, everybody. Sorry, we're not going to do that joke. It's time for what? Pants optional live stream in honor of Drunk 3PO. I can't tell you how many times Drunk 3PO's done a stream without pants.
People do wear pants when they're streaming?
I do. I'm wearing pants right now. I'm wearing blue jeans.
That's why you're a true gentleman.
Forever in blue jeans.
I am. Oh, gosh, it's such a great song.
I'm wearing pants.
All right. The lovely Tina BB is here. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for saying hello to the boss. The Apollobees minion is here. Great to see you, dear. Please be safe, and thank you for all that you do. We're in multiple dimensions this evening. I don't know what's going on. I had chats in the old stream. I had chats in one of the, there were like 75 chats I had up at one point. Okay, maybe not 75. That's hyperbole. But we had a lot of chats, so it's good to see you. Argentum is here saying hello from a very wet California. Yes, you couldn't even get a proper pro-Palestinian march going for the Grammys, could ya? Could ya? And they tried to thwart everybody's fun. Yeah, they did. Did it work? No. Were they wet? Yes.
Was it fun? No.
It would have been fun anyway, the Grammys.
The Grammys.
Where's the fun in the Grammys?
I don't know. Hail from Northtown Culture. Great to see you, my friend. Greetings to all you wonderful Earth dwellers in chat, says Cap Krusty Heart. I'm with you. Hey, it's the Horny Elf. I love this dude. Can't wait to see him again, hopefully in Texas and or in Vegas this year. Speaking of Vegas, my friends got together in Vegas today. I was sad. No, it was yesterday. The Salty Nerd Podcast was live in studio with amazing people like Matt Kadish. Of course, he's kind of runs that show. But you had Paulie and Mike, Mexican Iron Man, and so many more in studio. What a great bunch of people. We are blessed in this fellowship with incredible humans I can occasionally call friend. Release the McCracken, what's going on? Tina Guzman is here. And Blazin64 says, saw the ad. Well, great. That's good. Nobody watched the Grammys? No.
Didn't even know
I didn't know they were on.
You'd think that would be my favorite award show.
Dua Lipa apparently opened the show in a big way, and I'm thinking, dear, yeah. Your movie didn't do great, Dua. I mean, not that she wasn't in it very long. I mean, yeah. You've actually seen almost half of her performance in the trailer. I'm just saying. To be fair. Aaron Ratliff, what's going on, my friend? We got Gramcast. Oh, let's see. Oh, Brogu, 11 Alpha. Grammys are still a thing? Apparently not, because nobody's watching them. AKA Jose. That's right. Evil Ramen is joining us. Let's see. Hey, what's going on, JBs? We got Brahmable in the house. He's joining us from parts unknown on vaccination
from
his vacation.
Bunker somewhere in the Pacific.
Yeah, Parrot Head's here. He's sharing some images today, and they were appreciated. Albert Zolke is here, and yes, the boss is here. She is in the chat. In fact, there she is. By the way, at the next meetup, she's actually going to be rocking the hat and the ponytail. So if you are curious if the boss is real, you'll be able to see her. She will have the hat. So there you are. Yeah. Sanding monkeys out there. Hey, look, it's Death Angel Shadow. I'm so excited. I just found out they opened a Tijuana Flats in Pigeon Forge. Oh, did they really?
I haven't had a chance to get out to Pigeon Forge. I've heard it's beautiful, especially in the fall. It's only a few hours away from me. I should probably get off my ass because I think there's a Hobbit-themed hotel where you can go stay in a Hobbit hole.
I've been seeing more. Okay, so my YouTube feed. My YouTube feed is weird. That's what I was trying to say. I get like Hobbit hole videos, like in the DIY section, like on the regular. It's very strange. I'm like, all right, this guy spent 18 months building a Hobbit hole. Okay, let me watch this idiot. And then what happens when you watch YouTube? Well, anybody who ever did a Hobbit hole, you get a video on anybody who ever did a Hobbit hole. It's freaking crazy.
All hail the algorithm.
The logarithm. Oh, we've got trouble right here in River City. Speaking of River City, we got a super chat. We got a super duper chat from Jay for $5. He says, "What's up, Jay?" Says, "Back in the 90s, I got a Windows 98 second edition machine to work by threatening it with a hammer. My teacher got a good laugh out of it." Well, it does work. So, okay, back in the day, after Windows 3.1, they were releasing a super secret thing, a real GUI interface, codename Chicago. So I was testing Chicago for a while. At the time, I was working my way up the IT ladder, trying to get up to the network operations center, which of course I did, because I'm cool. I was running it, Anyway, so that's nerd bragging, by the way. So anyway, so I was testing Chicago along with a whole lot of other people in the country, and it wasn't all that different from Windows 95. In fact, they were identical products by the time it was all patched up and good, and they were like, "Okay, go ahead, get rid of it." And I was like, "I know."
Always had a problem with the clock on that Chicago, because it always read 25 or 6 to 4.
That's true. By the way, that's a great joke, which is one of my favorite songs from Chicago Transit Authority. It's fantastic.
Yeah, you remember
what time it is?
Does anyone really know exactly?
Does anybody really care? I think is really the operative
Because I'm
question.
a man, I don't care.
There you go.
You know what I heard about Chicago? They say, "Come for the pizza, but stay because you got murdered."
Stay for the autopsy.
Stay for. Wow. Yeah. Well, if you're lucky enough to survive, you can go to the trial. Anyway, Toxic Man Flu for $2 says it's a weave. It's not. I donated. How do you donate a weave?
If you weave me now, you take away the
biggest part of me. Anyway, all right. It's good to see you all. Look at this. The chat's on fire. And Brahma sent me a member chat saying, "Jumping back into the ocean now. Have a great show." Well, okay. I'm still not telling anybody where you are, knucklehead. Doesn't matter.
Bikini Atoll.
He's a bikini asshole for sure. I can't wait to see those pictures. I was promised some. Anyway, hi, everybody. Let's see. What do you guys want to talk about? I'm just curious.
Well, Jason sounded like he had something to talk about. The Saturn
Awards. The Saturn Awards were tonight.
Ooh.
The broadcast was over on Electric Now, which is...
so you know what? I'm going to rock down to Electric Avenue.
So Dean Devlin, who is one of the producers of Independence Day and Stargate, he's got this thing that's been out there a couple of days.
Okay, and also, I mean, you're short selling Dean Devlin.
Leverage, yes.
He's done other things, but Independence Day was a big one.
But he's got this new network, this new online network called Electric Now.
Okay.
And they have the rights to broadcast the Saturn Awards. And the 51st annual Saturn Awards were tonight. And they went 3 hours.
Okay. But Jason, tell people what the Saturn Awards are, because
the Saturn Awards are they were formed in 1973. The Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror Film puts this thing together to recognize film and television genres. So sci-fi, fantasy, horror, movies, and TV.
Mm-hmm.
And we posted over on the .com all of the list of nominees a couple of months ago when it was announced. And then tonight was the award ceremony out in Burbank. And Joel McHale was the host. And they went for 3 hours and left out 18 different categories that we don't know what the winners are because they ended the broadcast. That's it. Good night. It's like, excuse me, wait a minute. Hold it. You've got 18 awards that you didn't announce tonight. I'm watching this thing, and I went and I told Mrs. Boss, I said, I could produce a better broadcast blindfolded in my sleep with one hand tied behind my back.
That's enough about your sex life.
Just ridiculous. I was watching this, my teeth are grinding. I was like, stop doing that. Why did you do that?
Did they have a sky cam?
Oh, no, they did not have a sky cam.
Okay. Well,
they had one guy, they had one remote camera guy running around, and they only used it once, twice in the whole 3 hours. Like, why do you even have him there? You're paying this guy to run around with a camera and you never use his shot.
$150 an hour.
What are you even doing here? I could do a better broadcast with the gear that I have than what I saw on Electric Now.
I would take these 3 PTZs, the 4K camera, and like a stationary cam, and I could probably rock the box on most stuff I see, at least as far as award shows go.
Yeah, I mean, they had 4 or 5 stationary cameras, and I was like, okay, I could do this. This is what.
So where on the planet would you see Electric Now, Jason?
It's online. It's an app you can download, but you can also go to just electricnow.com, I guess.
So it's online only. Okay.
It's online and mobile. Yeah. So the most egregious part, they were giving Dave Filoni the George Powell Memorial Award. And whatever you think about Filoni, whatever. So Ming-Na Wen comes out, does her little tribute to Carl Weathers, talks about Filoni's background and how great it is to work with him. And we're going to present him with the George Powell Award. Okay. Everybody starts clapping. He starts to walk up on stage, and they cut to the floor correspondent who rattles off all this stuff about Filoni's career that Ming-Na Wen just said. And the room goes dark so they could play the little montage video of his career. And they come back, and they're all walking off stage. It's like, wait a minute, hold it. And then Ming-Na Wen comes back out. She's like, I guess we need to do that last part again. And then they give him the award again and let him do his acceptance speech. Like,
and what's the George Powell Award?
It's for creators who have had an impact in the genre. So
Filoni's had an impact, yeah.
I think
that's for sure.
Who got it last year? I want to say that James Cameron's gotten it before. I don't remember who got it last year.
It doesn't sound very diverse to me, Jason. That's the important thing. How diverse?
Oh, they didn't really focus. Oddly enough, they didn't do a whole lot of that.
Sounds like amateur hour, but at least Dave Filoni is used to amateur hour because he does work with Kathleen Kennedy all the time.
I mean, I'm watching this. I'm like, why are you doing this? What?
You know, Cap Krusty Heart has a good point. Salesman of the Year. You sold the most blenders. You're a superstar. Here's a trophy. Love award shows.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it was. I mean, especially if you're giving Filoni Baloney a fucking award. Pardon my French. Actually,
well, I mean, Jodie Foster got an award. The Star Trek Next Generation cast got a Lifetime Achievement Award. Star Trek Picard won a bunch of stuff for season 3.
Jodie Foster has done some sci-fi. I mean, content.
Well, and she pointed out her very first award that she ever got was a Saturn that she got back in '78 for a horror film she was in.
Speaking of a horror film, Osmora actually gifted 5 Culture Casino memberships. That was a terrible segue. You can say that. And of course, with 200 people in the chat, thanks for being here, everybody. Appreciate your support. We got Southern Bell, who's been here for 11 months as a member, saying Culture used his Vision Pro to weave and cook. Oh, Can I say something about that?
Yes.
Is anybody in their right mind going to spend $3,600 on a freaking pair of glasses that might or might not work?
Mine are set to be delivered in 2 days.
Wow, I wish I had that.
I'm just kidding. I did not do that. If I had the money buying around, I would go buy the Frank Stallone guitar, to be honest with you.
Oh, dude, that thing is great, right? I got to run that commercial again because nobody got to see it because Evie Mux did me a disservice. But for the 199 that are actually in the chat right now, it's good to see you.
So somebody's going to have to explain that to me one of these days.
It's a G&G thing, man. The 199.
I know it is, but I don't know what the origin. I don't know the story.
All right. So, Rob Naj Skabula says, "You're welcome." Thank you. Speaking of which, okay, so I'm gonna talk about something. I don't have a story to bring up or anything. I'm just gonna talk about it. So, the guy responsible for Legend of Zelda like right now, like the Breath of the Wild and all the other cool stuff. Yeah, he was just, hanging out over at Universal Florida, just chilling, just walking around.
Mhm.
Yeah, and they're like Universal's kind of doing a like a Nintendo thing. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but
Heard something about that.
yeah. So you got like some Mario stuff going on, and you've got this really cool Donkey Kong coaster thing. It's very cool, right? But there's this building that's been like rumored to maybe house something special over in the Universal Studios area, Islands of Adventure. Yeah, it looks like you're going to get a Zelda attraction.
Nice.
Yeah. Nobody's talking about this. Nobody's going forward with the story. There's been a rumor around for a couple of years. You have all these giant show buildings that are just like part of this complex, this old attraction there.
So is this going to be part of Universal Studios? You get one ticket and you get everything? Or is this a separate park?
Okay, so
Epic Universe.
Epic Universe is a separate park.
Okay.
Right? But you can get a ticket that gives you access to all of the parks, including the water park if you want to. Yeah.
So this is in Orlando.
This is in Orlando. So, yeah, that's some cool stuff. I mean, if you're into theme parks, for sure.
It would make perfect sense if they're going to be doing a pretty big expansion with, like the Epic Universe, right? Where they're going to have Dark Universe and they're going to have Super Mario Land. They're going to have all of these How to Train Your Dragon, right? Your very own island for, the Isle. All of that. It would make sense if they're going to be starting development right now on Zelda, because we had heard after the Super Mario Brothers movie just went absolute gangbusters that Zelda is the next live action or animated, it's yet to be seen really, that Nintendo is going to be putting forth in terms of a movie. So if they're going to be expanding, might as well. But yeah, I wonder if Shigeru Miyamoto is the Zelda inventor, if he was just walking around and nobody recognized him, or did everybody recognize him?
I think the people that were clued in recognized him. Seriously. I mean, these guys are famous to like the Nintendo kids, right? So, but yeah, I mean, I'm just saying there's a lot there, and those buildings are enormous. If you've ever been in those show buildings, they're huge for this particular attraction. So there's massive amounts of space there. I'm so stoked. Yeah, dude, Zelda in an attraction would kick booty. So he said Star Wars Celebration has been around since 199, and it caught on. Okay. There you go. Yeah, give me a ride. Heck, give me Zelda Land. Oh, dude, I'm telling you, this thing is going to be tight.
Yeah, I think one thing I'm curious about is, do we think Nintendo is going to stick with Illumination and Universal for all of their upcoming movies? Because it's kind of like, okay, well, Mario did great. Zelda will do great. Are they going to try to build everything up and do Super Smash Brothers, the movie, ultimately? Is that going to be their Avengers Endgame?
What if I said you're going to get a lot? Believe me, I think Pro's probably leading the charge on all the stuff that's on the way. But I just wanted to drop that Zelda news because nobody's properly reported the fact that we're going to get a Zelda attraction and it's going to be bonkers. So Osmora199 did it again, gifted 5 Culture Casino memberships. My goodness, my friend. Thank you for the generosity. I think many much people are thrilled, including Jean-Paul, who is here tonight. Good to see you. Let's see. Somebody sent me a members chat. A member? They had a member. Oh, my buddy says on day 2. Oh, you got the thing. Well, I hope you do well, Robbie. Get better, my friend. Get better. Where's Tom? Playing with his turtles. Yeah, probably. He's welcome. He was doing Meet Radio. So there you go. I believe Miyamoto said it was going to be a live attraction. Really, Hayden?
Oh,
Hayden!
live action.
Did he say it was going to be that?
That's an interesting move if they're going to do The Legend of Zelda live action instead of animated, because I would really love to see that with kind of like that anime style, Studio Ghibli style animation. I think that would be great. But
Okay, hang on a minute. If he did that, then they don't have to change the show building almost at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, if you've ever been in those show buildings, Hayden, have you been in those show buildings, buddy? They're freaking enormous. They're like walking through like soundstage after soundstage. Like there are doors that go, and you can go walking through into the next big ass show building. That would be amazing. I would love that to replace that old myths, and legends thing that they have there. I forget what it's called, but that would be tight.
I remember Pro was talking about it being live action.
Okay, well then Pro.
I don't know. I don't know who else reported it.
Oh, Pro would know though. No,
Yeah,
Nintendo.
Yeah,
Nintendo is using Sony for the live action Zelda. Yeah, well, yeah, I know that's the movie. I'm talking about the attraction. That'd be amazing. Bungalow Logic's out there. Look at all this. Putin's cat's hanging out. Pete, what's up, Pete? Then cat. A Metroid movie would rock the box, and somebody said Samus would be Katie Sackhoff. I would sign up for that. She's built like Samus.
Can we get an Earthbound movie?
Heather Graham could do it too.
Oh, yeah. Larry says Mead Radio Live. Larry, the name's so nice, you say it twice. Larry. Alicia Stella has been reporting on Zelda at Uni for a year. Really? Mm-hmm. All I know is this was a very recent sighting of Miyamoto. And there he is. Midnight's Edge After Dark. Live action movie. Oh, yeah. No. We know that's coming. I'm talking about the attraction, bro. Yeah.
No,
he's like, oh, yeah, I've been in those buildings before. Yeah, they're freaking great, right?
It would be funny if there's no attraction coming at all and he was just on vacation and everybody's freaking out now.
No, but no, because, okay, this has been rumored for a long time, like 2 years. Like, I heard this like 2 years ago from somebody, so I'm like, yeah, that'd be incredible. Speaking of incredible, holy cow, the generosity is this live. Gifted 20 Culture Casino memberships. My goodness. Holy cow. It's a competition. You got Is This Live? And you've got Osmora 199. Look at this. The greatest gift is the gift of membership. Someday, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to create a creator t-shirt, for my store. And it's just going to be members of the channel at a given point in time. That'd be cool, right? Just have like all these names. Shirt? That'd be cool. I'm weird. It's okay. You say I'm weird. My goodness, Osmora. Osmora comes at it. It's like not to be outdone. 10 Culture Casino memberships. You guys are amazing. I love it. Thank you, Osmora, and thank you. Is This Live? You are incredible. We have definitely jumped up over the 700 mark again. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much for your amazing, unending, incredibly generous support. I'm at a loss for words. Y'all are wonderful. Yep. Tina's like, gifties. That's right. You guys have anything we can talk about other than the Saturn Awards sucking rocks or the Grammys that were supposedly on tonight or any of that stuff?
The Grammys were always
hey, Terry.
pretty poor. I mean, it celebrates just the biggest selling things. It wasn't about what was best or
I think
creative.
I think somebody announced a new album tonight when she picked up her award.
Taylor? No. Did she?
Yeah, she did.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. My goodness. Colossal failure.
Yeah.
Do you know that one of the most searched items was how to get a refund on that game?
Yes.
I don't doubt it.
It's pretty easy on Steam. If you play, I believe it's 2 hours or less, you can just petition. They'll give you your refund pretty quickly. But on all of the game consoles, it's not as simple. So yeah, searching how to get a refund on Xbox and PlayStation 5, it's like through the roof.
11 Alpha. How the hell is Oppenheimer classified as a thriller? We already knew how it ended. Yes, we did. Not well.
There's stuff that gets nominated for these genre awards every year, and I look at them and I think, how is that genre? And Oppenheimer is genre adjacent, I guess, because it's science and technology. But I wouldn't put it in a thriller category. But then there's no drama category for the Saturns, for example. So I guess that's the only place you could do. But because it's not science fiction, it's not fantasy, it's not horror. It's
actually, Monkey Jeebus is right here, though. Jason, Oppenheimer is a prequel to Godzilla -1.
It is. And I have and what we were talking about over the weekend, because you could do the double header like that and call it Oppenzilla.
They should have done that. That made a lot of sense.
Oppenzilla,
Oppenzilla. Speaking of Oppenzilla, and because we did kind of touch a little bit on the music question, CC, are the Grammys valuable anymore? Does anybody care?
I just remember The Simpsons making fun of them in the 90s. And I thought they were irrelevant then, and that was like 25, 30 years ago. It's like a lifetime achievement award. If you get a Grammy, it probably means your career is going downhill.
So you're probably 70.
Were all that interesting to begin with.
You're 70 or almost dead. So unfortunately, let me ask. Wow, careful there. You're going to get me killed. Let me ask you a question then, though, because this is important, and I think 70s can probably weigh in on this too. Do you think Taylor had more reach at the Grammys or more reach on her Instagram tonight?
Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No competition.
So what's the point? See, it's like, why are you going to these award shows anyway? You can't get away from these people. So seriously, on all the social media platforms, they have massive presences.
Probably for the party, the after party, the back.
Well, you've got
backstage.
You got the after party, but it also gives you negotiating strength when you're negotiating the next contract. I won an Emmy. I'm worth more. I won an Oscar. I'm more valuable. So that's that's the only reason really to have. Sure, it's great to get an award. You're recognized for your craft, maybe ostensibly, but most of the time it's now I can get my name above the title.
How many of the people are only there due to contractual obligations where it says, if, part of your record deal, if you're nominated, you better show up.
Yeah.
Is this live's like, I didn't even know the Grammy Awards were tonight until just now. Yeah, you're not the only one.
Well, not only that, but they started at something like 4 p.m. out there. I mean, it was like, okay, why?
Hang on a minute. We have a birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Christopher Dominguez. Happy birthday to you.
Talk about a Grammy worthy performance.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Swang.
Swang. What are you sharing, Mr. Graham?
We were talking about hobbit holes, and this is the spot that is in Tennessee, and they have a bunch of different rooms that you can choose. So they have the bungalow, the gremlin dens, leprechaun's lair, the orc home, the fairy cottage for, the sexy getaways with your loved ones. But some of these are pretty magnificent, and I wouldn't mind going to stay in a hobbit hole / Plains of Rohan style house.
I'm ready to go. You know what? Let's build these. It looks like you just build something and then cover it with dirt. I could do that.
But now the question is, before we look, when we go to reserve today, what's the over under on, I would say, $500 a night?
That's where I was headed.
Yeah.
I think it'd be more reasonable than that. Maybe more. I think it'd be reasonable. $399.
Okay, so it depends on the room. So if we want, Yeah, the bungalow we were just looking at, let's say between $650 and $800 a night. All right. Hey,
Per person or for everybody?
I think that's just for the room. So as many people as you can
If
sardine
you're a
can in
short
there.
person, do you pay less?
Well, you can fit more of them. So if you're, little people, it's just called the size discount because you can get 10 people in a small room, face to foot on the bed. So not too bad. This is pretty nifty. I mean, I would go stay there.
Punk Waddle says, "Now that looks fun. I'm smaller than a hobbit, so it'd be like a mansion."
A few of these rooms are only $259 a night.
It looks more spacious than the Star Cruiser.
Yeah,
cheaper too.
Hell of a lot cheaper.
Is there an Eye of Sauron suite?
Dr. Megatron, Fairy Cottage sounds like Comics Division size. Oh.
I was waiting for that, for someone to say that.
Oh, I love you guys so much. Middle Earth Preppers, thank you for that, Tavinia.
So is the Orkholm room? Can white people stay in the Orkholm room?
Only green people.
Holy cow! Osmora did it again, dropping 5 Culture Casino memberships. My goodness, you're out of control. Love it. Very generous. My goodness gracious. Holy cow. We've got Disney Sheepherder dropping in a membership. Good to see you. We got a super chat from, Bad News Badger. Okay, somebody help me. Now, these are
Danish, perhaps.
Danish Krona. Okay,
possibly.
Wow,
yeah.
100 Danish Krona. Thank you, Bad News Badger. First of all, great avatar. Says Zelda live action movie required movie set. Zelda theme park need to build movie set become theme park. How awesome would it be to get your Zelda experience in the same setting you saw on the screen? Win-win. Hey, I'm telling you right now, those buildings are huge, my friends. So they could certainly do it. That would be incredible. I'm telling you right now, if anybody's doing theme parks and films right now, it's Universal. It just is. I hate to say it. Well, no, I don't hate to say it. They're doing a great job. Thank you for the 100 Danish krona. I appreciate it. That's
well,
amazing.
Universal, when they do their epic universe, think about this: How to Train Your Dragon, Mario, Universal, all this fun stuff, and then you go to Disneyland, and Disneyland just promises, "Hey, what is Disney going to give you other than indoctrinating your children?" So that's the question, right?
Well,
if I'm a family, I'm going to Universal 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, actually, I think right now they're giving you the line experience to stand in line. Speaking of, we got our good friend Hayden for $10. What's up, Hayden? It says, off topic, my Samsung Android One UI just updated to 6, and I think it's shite. So Samsung users have that to look forward to if you haven't got it yet. I hate mandatory updates. I'm a former IT guy, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, I hate updates passionately.
Oh yeah, I've been rejecting mine for months.
Yeah, it's like, no. I mean, iPhone's like, hey, we want to control your charging now. I'm like, no, you don't. No, you
I wonder
don't.
if Jolly uses Samsung.
Oh, it just pisses me off.
I've got a Samsung, but it's not a Samsung One. It's a Galaxy 22.
Oh, wow. I don't think I can see who. Oh, my co-host showed up. Hey, what's up, Joe?
There we go.
Hey.
Sorry I'm late. They had half off at my favorite strip club tonight.
I figured.
Yeah, they were all legless.
Did you see this Hobbit hole place?
Oh, the strippers would actually like that place because they're all legless. Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Legolas, actually, but yes.
You should have seen it, Culture.
Yeah,
I mean, you all should have seen it. The place was popping, and it was crawling with pussy.
This one was forced on you, Hayden?
Cats in there?
There are a lot of cats in there.
Legless, get it? Legless, crawling.
Yeah, we did. Most everybody laughed. So
almost
everybody. Christopher Dominguez has a birthday, Jolly. So.
Hey, mine's in a couple days. You guys gonna come hang out?
Yeah, of course I am. You know that.
Yeah, it'll be good times.
Yeah, I still owe you some like a Cuban food dinner somewhere. You got to go.
Mine's in a month.
Oh, yeah. I haven't been to the studio in a couple of months. producer's been busy, so I've been waiting on him to finish a project. So I'll be back up that way soon. I'll let you know.
All right, let me know. Let me know. Osmore, you're out of your mind. Another 5 Culture Casino memberships. My goodness, my friend. Oh, wait.
No.
It's a 5-month anniversary. I love it. Thanks, my friend. You're incredibly generous. Thank you for being here. Smash a like. It'll make you big and strong indeed. You are so incredible. I love it. We got another friend celebrating an 11th month anniversary. Says, evening, all good news. I got an actual PC. Yay. Congratulations, my friend. I hope it's rocking it. Guys are incredible. Osmore has been so generous tonight. I'm going to just keep saying it. 5, because I like saying that too. Classy Cannabis is like, what? Oh, I can't highlight that. What's happening? My iPhone 7 is still going strong. Type on this YouTube stream with it right now. Yeah. Yep. Don't need to update your tech. I have a birthday this year, says Larry. Larry, so do we all. Oh, my goodness, Keely Chow. I can't highlight that. It's funny. I can't highlight it. I could use a PC and not a 10-year-old laptop. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, bueno. Disney Sheepherder.
Did you see Disney upgraded, or did I miss that?
What happened now?
I think he upgraded his membership.
Who did?
Disney Sheepherder.
Disney Sheepherder, I saw. I thought he became a member, but he upgraded. Thank you. Congratulations. Thanks for joining us. You're amazing. Yeah. Disney Sheepherder is awesome. Disney Sheepherder actually disappeared for I freaked out. I think I was one of the people in the chat because we have private chats behind the scenes. And I was like, has anybody seen Disney Sheepherder? It seems to be gone.
I think his account got hacked, and then he took a couple weeks off. Yeah, and then he came back. He came back with a vengeance.
Ooh. That freaks me out, guys. Don't disappear on me, okay? If you're gonna die or go on vacation or something, just let me know because I worry. Tom wants to know, why is everything so gay?
Well, be a lot gayer if you were here, Tom.
That's true.
Got him.
Culture can't do showgirls now. Real life. RLM just did it. I saw that. Red Letter Media, yeah, they dropped it. Of course I'm going to do this showgirls review. They didn't actually do it well. I mean, come on.
Speaking of reviews, has your 6 out of 10 for Argyle gotten any different over the weekend as you've thought about it?
That's a great question. The answer to that is no. Okay, so here's the thing. All right. Cavill was advertised up front to be the dude that was the dude, right, in this film, right? We're talking about Argyle, folks. I actually have a video coming up tomorrow about this and about its poor box office performance. You're going to want to watch that because it was a little ranty on my part. But back to it. This thing still sits at a 5.5 to a 6. It is a dumb, fun movie. And I took it as such. This is not an epic. It's not going to win any awards. It shouldn't. It probably suffered from casting more than anything else.
See, the thing is, though, it's a solid cast.
Yeah, well, no, but they put the people in the wrong jobs. So and then it people were mad at me because I was saying, well, this is kind of a bait and switch because it's all a lie. Mm-hmm. What part of what I said is not the truth? I mean, the teaser trailer and the first trailer both make you think that this is a Henry Cavill vehicle.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And that you're even going to get more Dua Lipa. Well, let me warn you right now, the Dua Lipa that you get give thanks for that was basically all in the trailers. Thank goodness, because she can't act her way out of a paper bag.
But she can get it. Man, she's hot.
All of that's true, but it doesn't help with the acting. So, when somebody asks me those questions, I mean, I'm going to give you my opinion. I mean, I ain't going to pull any punches.
They can't all be Jennifer Connelly,
Oh, no.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny because I was talking to Mindy about it. I have to remind myself that Bryce Dallas Howard is an actor because I'm always thinking of her because all of the coverage that we've done with Star Wars, she's a director.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, she's an actor because I didn't see Jurassic World. Mm-hmm. And I know she's in those, and I know she's acted before. She played Gwen Stacy. I mean, yeah, I remember this, but I have to make myself remember. Yes, she's acting. She does a pretty good job.
Well, okay, sure, but she's not an action star. Okay, she is not Kathleen Turner who sold it. You know, and you know, it's just not a good. It's just not a good. It's just not good casting, right? She
She's
doesn't.
got good she does have good chemistry with Sam Rockwell, though.
Sure, but that's because Sam Rockwell's an Oscar winner.
Yeah.
You know what really
Yeah,
amazes me,
Rockwell's
guys? The fact that we got movies like Kill Bill, right?
Sweet
With
seeds.
so many awesome female action stars. Some of them trained, some of them not. But just to say that Quentin Tarantino could pull off what 5, 6, 7 of them or something like that in 2 films, and all these other films can't pull off one.
A
It's just
single
sad.
one.
Okay,
Yeah.
Can I say this? Sam Rockwell, freaking awesome. I don't care what anybody
He
says.
was good.
Dude's amazing in that film.
Well, and I'm looking Rotten Tomatoes. It's 35% still on the critic score, but the audience score is at 71%.
Yeah, it's rising. Yeah.
Yeah, 71% seems about right. I think out of 5, 3 out of 5, 3.5 out of 5 hovers in that like 60 to 70. If they would have made a trailer and in the trailer been a little bit more honest about what the movie was going to be and have a hell of a lot more Sam Rockwell, they easily could have relied on the fact that he carried Argyle start to finish. And if they would have done that, then they could have just marketed it that way and said, yeah, because John Cena they literally show all of his scenes in the trailer, right? It's like, where was he? And it was just so misleading. Why didn't they just lean into Sam Rockwell's amazing carry of that movie? It doesn't make sense.
Well, the other thing too, I'm wondering is, okay, $200 million budget aside, and I know that's a big hill to climb, but I'm wondering what it might do in the long run, because Anyone But You with Sydney Sweeney, it opened in December. It opened really soft in December, and it's been because we were talking about it a couple of weeks ago. It's been very leggy, as they say. It's gained traction. It's done well every weekend so far. It's still doing. Now, it only had a $25 million budget, so they didn't have very far to go in order to cross that line. But I'm wondering if Argyle, if word of mouth continues to be positive. I mean, and this is one of those love it or hate it movies. There's not a lot of people in the middle going, it's, oh God, this was hot garbage, awful, or I loved it. It was so much fun. I can't wait to see it again. There's those two things. So if the love it crowd has enough pull to get more people in, and it does okay the next weekend and the next weekend and the next weekend, then maybe it does okay. But
well, the big difference between any movie that Sydney Sweeney is in and Argyle, there are 2 things that a Sydney Sweeney movie is going to have that Argyle did not have.
Stop it.
Oh no, I was just going to talk about a budding romance and a fantastic. Wait, hold on. Sorry, I got confused.
You made your points.
All right, George.
Wow.
Stop it. George the Giant Slayer, my good friend. I hope you're doing better, my friend. I really want you on my Friday show. Don't dump me on my Friday show. Oh, and I am available to be on your show. So for $9.99, also known as $10, my buddy George the Giant Slayer says, all hail to the bestest Moses Beardest. Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
There's 2 things about George the Giant Slayer. One is that he's got a beautiful soul.
He does.
2, he has the best background in all of YouTube.
He does. Yeah, his statue game is peak statue game. Yeah. Anyway, he says Argyle was bass backwards. Yes, it was. Yeah, I mean that's the biggest sin, to be fair. Wishing you all the best. No, I'm wishing you the best. And you're in the chat group if you ever want to drop in on this show, George. You always have an open invitation. Plus, you have an open invitation to my heart. Oh,
hint, hint.
Hell yeah,
George the Giant Slayer. Love that guy. Culture versus Sam Rockwell. Dance off coming soon. Yes, I would actually do this with him. He is a phenomenal dancer. I love that guy. Yeah, Rabnod Skubla says, leggy? Yeah, leggy. I mean, films leg it out all the time. And
it's an industry term.
yeah.
If a movie has legs, then it performs well at the box office
or
for as long as it's in there.
Or if it has Dua Lipa in it, it's also leggy.
So if it's called Booby, what does it do? I mean,
it comes over to my house.
It sucks.
Speaking of leggy, there's this meme that's running around lately. I've seen it in a couple of different places. It's Christina Ricci in the refrigerator, and it's you open the refrigerator, Christina Ricci's there. It's an old photograph, but the definition on her legs in that picture is so impressive.
Did she have a chain on her like Black Snake Moan?
No, but it looks like it's from around that same time period.
Holy cow! Shredders 08 is here and says, celebrating 5 months of membership. Good to see you, bro. Says, hail, Culture Casino and panel. Hail to you. Lots of people are behind this. Matthew Marcillo says, Culture versus Sam Rockwell dance off of the century. I'm telling you.
Wow.
20,000 subs.
Oh, speaking of leggy, is this live? Is 100% right. Wonka is leggy. Very.
Well, don't worry, Culture. I'll teach you how to moonwalk, so we'll get you prepped.
Sorry. Said Michael. Disney Sheepherder, thank you, my friend. Wow, huge, generous super chat. $20 says, for booking 2 of my favorite CC, Snow. And I love 70s guy also. Well, me too. I love these guys. Yeah, Jolly, technically, even though it's not well advertised, that's my fault. Jolly is my official, unofficial co-host of the show and has been since we started doing it. So
yeah, he doesn't claim it all the time because I get out of hand, but it's okay. I understand.
Well, that and you don't show up a lot.
I see.
I think I've not shown up like 2 or 3 times out of like what 50 shows.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I'm just teasing.
All right. He's keeping track, folks. He's keeping track.
Oh, and I'm a lover of all things cotton. I mean, Punkwaddle's in the chat. Check out that guy.
Oh wow, he's not playing Fortnite.
No, he says, "Don't stop till you get enough."
Don't stop till you get enough.
That's right.
Akibo.
Matthew Marcel says, Christina Ricci was a very versatile actress. She was, actually. Yep. A puppet that is out of hand. Kill me.
Good stuff.
Ollie Larder is leggy. Well, there you go. Shredders 08 says, pair character. Cheerfully blowing a party horn. Oh, it's a super sticker. That's right. It's a pate for $5. Thank you, Shrebbles. You are the man. Do your hips even move, bro? I've only seen you in that chair. Really? Oh, wow. I have some infamous dance moves that WDW Pro made famous.
Pretty sure there's a video of you dancing out there somewhere.
There is. I think Irate Specialist made some good ones. I mean, we had some good ones out there. Jason, is this a legal picture I can show?
Yeah, I would say so.
All right, let's take a look.
Yes, let's.
All right, let's see.
Make that bigger.
Okay.
That's what she said.
Goodness.
Hey-o.
All right.
It just got bigger.
I'm just saying.
Cuckoo.
That's fair.
Wow.
I mean, just cause.
Now, if you really want to see legs, somebody bring up Stacy Keebler. Good Lord.
Okay. Well, did she make cookies?
No, she was in the. She was like a manager in WWE back in the early 2000s.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Culture, it's time to get Tom out of your trunk. He's out of the trunk. There's no junk in the trunk. Oh, you're going to really subject, no, I can't bring these up. Dude, stop bringing up hot women. I'm not going to bring them on the stream.
Damn it.
Oswald 199 right? For $5 says, just wanted to say, Culture, you are the Vash, the Stampede of YouTubers. Thank you, my friend. That is a huge compliment. One of my favorite animes. Wow. And the last 5 months has been amazing. No. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Wow, amazing. You are incredibly generous. I truly appreciate it. You guys are incredible. I know everybody's really appreciating you turning their names green, my friend, along with "Is this live?" And then Disney Sheeper dropped a 20. You guys are nuts. Thank you very much. Keeping the lights on. Actually, you're building the new studio. Whoa! I can't wait. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take pictures and some videos of me building out the new studio facility. Y'all are going to love it. Maybe some of y'all will get to use it. It's going to be a good time. Very excited. Very excited. Ugh, stoked. Cookies would be a bonus, says the Cheese Factor. Oh, I love cookies.
Cookies are pretty dank.
Yeah. Tori Wilson. I remember Tori.
Oh, Tori.
Yeah. Dalu says lemon burns the... Whoa. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Ooh, some more good pictures in the back there.
Yeah, I see him. You need to teach a master class in what you do. I don't do anything. I just sit here and say you guys are great. It's just true. I'm having fun. What else are we talking about tonight, guys? Because we can't talk about this. This is inappropriate.
Hey,
Jason.
Somebody mentioned Stacy Keebler. I'm just providing a service here.
It's inappropriate.
She's dressed.
It's inappropriate.
I'm with Jason on this one. She's dressed.
No, honey, it's not me. I'm not bringing up those pictures. I swear. I told you I'd stop looking at stuff like that. Sorry, my wife is getting mad at me.
I had a poster of Stacy Keebler on my wall for quite a few years.
Yeah. Oh, I just saw a picture of Lucy Lawless in 2024. I bet you she still looks great. By the way, incredible actress, great acting career, played a lot of villains. She's really good at being a villain.
Xena, right?
Xena, what are you doing, Jolly? Oh, there you go. Wait, no, I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to
demonetized.
But it's autographed. I had it autographed.
Did the pages stick together? Or?
Well, then it's legit, right? It's because of the autograph is the reason that we're.
She even says "love you."
Yeah. Ray Barker's like appropriate. Well, thank you.
I got one more. Here we go.
Darius is like, okay, wow, hey, I know her, Christy Brinkley.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she gave Snow Dub a nice little bicep squeeze.
Ooh. That's back when you used to lift things.
Yeah, she liked them guns. What can I say?
Gun show. Shrebel says badass. Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah, Lucy Lawless is Madame Vandersex. I have to tell you, she's an incredible actress. I don't care what anybody says. So, wow, we went very male. Ladies, I'm very sorry. 12% of my audience is female. Thank you. I'm the highest. I think I'm the highest on the fellowship other than channels that are driven by ladies.
Mine's 25%.
35% for me.
25.
30 to 35.
Oh, okay. Well, so much for me having something to brag about.
If you sang more,
you'd be surprised.
35%.
You'd be surprised how many ladies.
Okay, let me solicit. Argentum, tell me that I didn't offend you by showing silly pictures and Jolly doing something weird with a magazine. Just please tell me that.
That's after the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lucy's now a director
right now, for all you know.
Well, okay. The Peter Venkman fan site's laughing, so I'm safe. So I'm good. Well, wait. Mr. Reborn says that Lawless is woke rage. Really? I don't have evidence of this. I'll have to look into it. Dara Meta says, I liked her in Xena. Me too. She was, oh man, great. Let me tell you. Okay, if you want to do like boss babe, female hero type, Xena was perfect. Well, hello then.
She came back in Ash vs. Evil Dead as well.
Yeah. Okay. Argentum says I was very amused. Thank you. All right. Good. I'm being said. Oh, and Tina agrees. Lucy is awesome. Thank you. All right. You guys are so great. By the way, I'm actually turned around. Okay, so I was getting really worried about the Ghostbusters film, right? The new one. And I don't like that the trailer is as long as it is, but I think I've turned around on it and I'm looking forward to it again. You know why?
Did you see the European one? Culture?
Yeah. Bill Murray looks like he's having fun, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm all in now because dude's having fun.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go into that one with zero expectations, so anything will make it better than zero. Hopefully.
No, is this live? There are no free memberships. It's fine. Don't change your identity. Be who you are. The most important thing to me is that everybody is who they are. If that's who you are, I love it. So, Xena was a redemption story. Yes, Osmora. Yes. I still live down by the river in my fancy van. Awesome, Sean. That is still my favorite thing. Farley did was, God, I love it. And now it's a meme. Now it's a meme.
Taken too soon. That guy, he had so many great movies ahead of him too. He was just about to blow up and be the next big comedy star.
Peter Venkman Fanstite says, cautiously optimistic. Good for you. Stay with me. Stay with me.
Since we're coming up in an election year, prime time to go watch Black Sheep.
Oh, true story. True story. Wow, yeah. Very, very funny political film. Annie Potts looks great in this. Bill Murray is going to die. He probably will.
I don't want to hear that. That's going to make me...
If he dies in the movie, I will be angry at you. Okay, who am I angry at? JB. JB?
Yep, we're all angry at you now. Yep.
That would ruin it.
You'll be
you can't do that.
Randy Thoto is correct. Bridget Nielsen as Red Sonja was great. You know what? We've had great female heroes, you crazy people.
Now, if they save it for the next movie and knock them off, maybe, but we only got a quick cameo of them in the last one. I mean, we need some time to breathe and take in the fact that Egon is gone, and to kill off another legendary, Ghostbuster is not smart, especially when the franchise is just now starting to get its legs again.
Yeah. And look, is this live? Says, but it has Patton Oswalt in it. It'll be fine.
Yeah. I'm voting for
Tom thinks Patton might be the bad guy, which would be better than if he was the good guy.
I not only do I think he's the bad guy, I think he's a tool. So it would be great for him to die. In Minecraft, in the film,
in the
movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be awesome if Rick Moranis shows up in this one? I mean, there's a possibility.
Rumors. Anyway, Tina is correct. Lucy was in Burn Notice as a villain. She was an assassin in an episode. It was fantastic.
Was so much fun.
It was, and let me tell you, that should have turned into a movie franchise. To be fair, really should have. It had one of the hottest models in it the whole time. I mean, she was. Okay. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry, Jason, you were saying.
Oh, I was just gonna say because I saw her first in Wild Horses. Crap. What was?
What's your name? 70s rock fan. You apparently are in strobe mode. So when your camera's not on and you make a noise, you go flickering. So you're. Yeah.
I'm pounding it all night.
So I've seen other people do that. It's the first time I've noticed me doing it.
Yeah, I think it is the first time I've ever seen you strobe.
Yeah. I blame Evie Mux.
Gabrielle Anwar. And she's had a very long career, but she's not a star like I expected her to be. But I first saw her in this Disney movie, Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken. She was the blind diving horse rider. That apparently was based on a true story. This
Lucy Lawless?
No, Gabrielle Anwar. We were talking about
Gabrielle is so amazing. She was in a film with Shaky Guy, Michael J. Fox from
Shaky Guy.
That was
every one of his martinis was shaken, not
he was
stirred.
in Tremors.
Look, he's one of the only guys that doesn't need a bartender for a martini. I'm just saying.
Hey, you're talking about for love or money.
Yes, for love or money. It's a fun, underrated film. So
you're going.
Is this live? Well, if Pat dies in it, I'm all in. There you go.
Hopefully in the first 5 minutes.
Is Kronos here? Did I see Kronos? Yeah, Kronos is here. What's
it's a shame because I used to really like him before he opened his mouth.
Kronos has been showing up in our chat lately. So.
Yeah, good to see you, Kronos.
One time, Michael J. Fox, he milked a cow, and we all got milkshakes.
Got Brahma Bull milkshakes.
It brings all the boys to the yard. Hey, so does Hayden. Hayden 75 for $10 says the 2024 pick of Lawless I saw was her with Sorbo. I don't know about her politics though. Admittedly, neither do I.
Oh,
So
she's.
that's interesting.
Should I spoil it?
If she's crazy.
Well, I don't know that she's crazy, but she's definitely on the left.
Yeah, but if she was one of those cancel culture crusaders, she wouldn't be hanging with Kevin Sorbo because he's the opposite.
Yeah, look. Politics don't matter to me. It's whether or not you're rational is a whole other conversation. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to be all about that. Is this live? Says Gabrielle Anwar is still hot at 54. Yes. What's the name of Michael? The in Burn Notice. What's his name? I forget because he's great in everything he's ever been in.
The lead.
The lead in Burn Notice. He doesn't get enough gigs.
Jeffrey Donovan.
Yes, Jeffrey Donovan. Yeah, he doesn't get enough gigs. Do you guys remember what the first film Chappelle was in?
Dave Chappelle?
No. Yeah.
Half Baked.
Try again.
Oh geez. Shit. Hold on. Blue Streak with Martin Lawrence.
Okay. I think you're closer. He was in a picture with Kathleen Turner. And I forget the actor. He's really handsome. The boss really likes him. But anyway, it was called Undercover Blues. It was in Louisiana. They are spies, and Chappelle was in that movie.
As a crackhead or something?
No, he was a thug. A thug.
Oh, close enough.
Undercover Blues. I'm almost certain that was his first film. I could be wrong.
Heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's super handsome guy. I can't remember his name. Everybody's saying I'm wrong. They're
One
saying
of his
it's
first TV appearances was David Letterman. I know that much.
Wait on a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, Undercover Blues was 1993.
Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, Dennis Quaid, super handsome guy. Stanley Tucci's in that. And
his first. See, that's
1993.
That's writer.
Dennis Quaid is good and all, but he's not nearly as handsome as his brother Randy Quaid.
Dave Chappelle played Ozzy in that film.
Like that, Rupert?
Yeah, he's got 2 credits before that, though.
Does he?
The end of August in 1981, where he plays the kid on the beach. He's uncredited.
Okay.
And then also in 1993, Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Oh,
okay.
That's right. All right.
That's okay.
All right. Yes. All right. I don't mind being wrong on a technicality, but I was pretty certain his first film was way back when. So, okay. Fair enough.
I met Randy Quaid at the last con in Dallas, and nice guy. Gave him a jolly shirt. Pretty
what
cool
about
dude.
Dennis Quaid?
He wasn't there. No.
I'll be forever grateful to Randy Quaid for saving the planet Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kudos.
Now I need to go look at release months.
His tweets alone do that.
First credited movie is Men in Tights. All right, guys, you win. You win. Eddie! Sorry.
Yeah, if you're not following Randy on X, you need to follow him. He's got some great tweets.
Dennis is doing a pretty good job in Bass Reeves, in the series over on Paramount Plus.
I still win, says Putincat. All right. Look, all I know is this. They both were the same year. So
here's a question. Who would you rather have as your brother, Randy Quaid or Clint Howard?
Clint Howard. He's cool as hell.
Yeah, Clint Howard is pretty damn cool.
He's cool as heck, man.
Ugly as hell, but he's cool as hell.
And you could put him in every movie that you make.
Yeah.
You know what I want to see? I want to see a buddy cop movie starring Sean Gunn and Clint Howard.
Oh,
and Raimi's brother. Put the 3 of them all as
nepotism, the movie.
That's right.
Nepo the movie.
I win. Where's my cookie? I'll get you a cookie, Disney Sheepherder.
Yeah.
I will. Ask Jolly. I'm good for it.
Mm-hmm.
Gen X kids are the best, 65 to 85. You are 100% on the point, Classy Cannabis, indeed. I hung out with Clint Howard 44 hours, getting high in Vegas. Yes, you did.
Well, that sounds like a fantastic 4 hours.
Yeah, he's got some great stories. Of course, he's
Can
not
you
on.
remember it?
Yeah, he can.
Nice.
Hey, boys, I'm back. That's right. That's from ID4, Independence Day.
I put that in my montage.
Did you?
Uh-huh.
Jack Quaid is Huey in The Boys. Oh, yeah. I forget. Yeah. Hey, there's the lovely Tina Bojan. That's a lady. And there's Elizabeth Young. That's a lady. Look at all the ladies. Ladies. And the lovely Sherry. I like Ted Raimi and Hercules. Hercules.
Yeah, Ted Raimi.
Ted.
I got him to sign an action figure for me. Him and his brother Sam. Yeah. Got to meet both of them. Because I'm cool like that.
Argentum's like, I'm grateful my parents are boomers. There you go.
We will never get another decade like the 80s.
I don't
At
know.
least not in movies.
The up and coming kids right now are based AF, baby.
I just don't know that
How
they're
it
going to
goes,
make
yeah.
the entertainment that we had.
Okay, so from 80, I would say from 82. Go ahead. I cut you off, my friend. Go ahead, CC.
No, I was just going to say there are certain things you can expect. Like we're going to get a whole lot of profanity because you have this repressed generation. And what are the upcoming generation? What are they going to do? They're going to swear a lot. So you're going to get that. But you're also going to get things that in general, it's like, yeah, they're going to go out of their way to be offensive. And I think at first they won't touch on some areas. They'll go to like safe offensive areas. When whether or not you call it safe. There's a recent animated television show that I think really epitomizes like that kind of space we're going to see. It's but it's not going to be what we had, right? It's going to be their version of just kind of. It's probably going to be immature for a while before.
Okay.
Well, not only that, but it's also going to be impacted by the existence of the internet.
Yeah.
And we didn't have that in the 80s.
TikTok generation.
TikTok and YouTube is going to just skew everything.
But everybody's pushing. Okay, so right now I'm watching in real time young people pushing back against the message. And I was actually considering doing a video on this because a lot of people don't have that perception because fucking TikTok. Pardon my French, but that's the case. But it's the people that are younger than most of these TikTokers are the ones coming up now that are just like rejecting this. You have, young men in their 15, 16, 17-year-old age going, I'm not down with this clown.
Yeah. Even younger. I got a 14-year-old. Yeah. And I can't believe Culture dropped an F-bomb before I did. The one thing that's really missing in the 80s, especially the horror films, is boobies. Bring the boobies back, guys. What happened to that?
PG-13. PG-13 happened to it.
It was such a go-to thing for horror movies,
I just rewatched Action Jackson, and there's some pretty good boobies in that. And, before you know it, we're going to have the second coming of Andrew Dice Clay, and kids are going to start driving DeLoreans and doing nose beers again. It's going to be awesome.
I think you're going to start seeing more. Look, they're already reaching back. I mean, Hayden for $10. Thank you, Hayden, again, my friend. Appreciate it. Says, I, as a 90s born person, tend to think the 80s were the best decade for movies of all time. I'm curious what you guys think. I can't argue with you. I agree with you 1,000%. Best years were 84 or 86. I think both of those years are peak. I think I was about to say 82 to 91 were probably the best years for cinema ever.
And there's a music channel I watch called Rick Beato, and he talks about how when the law was passed that allowed people to buy up all the independent radio, as in like 96, I think it was, and that kind of just absolutely began the destruction of music. But because all the radio stations play the same thing. But now we have places like YouTube, right? People are finding they're not attached to FM radio now. They're going to YouTube. They're finding independent artists.
Well,
and I think
look at Upchurch, Tom McDowell. Well, and of course the latest rapper of all time, Ben Shapiro.
Well, sure.
Tom McDonald.
And I think you'll start to see that in like the major top 40. You'll start to see some independent artists creeping in after a kind of a period of like crap.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word, produced pop dominating it. We're gonna, with every change in generation, you also see a change in music, and you're gonna start to see that, right?
True. Steiner Math rolls in here for 5 months of membership and says, "Hail to the panel and chat. Great to see you, my friend. Millennials are 81 to 96. Yeah, I am 1,000% not a millennial."
Did you read that last super chat?
Which one?
The Hayden one?
Yeah, Hayden! Yeah, oh. Yeah, it said best years are probably 84 to 86 based on how many classics came out then. Yes, okay. I read it.
Sorry,
of course I did. No, it's Hayden! I read Hayden! Yeah, I mean, you hear that thing? Because I do that every time.
Oh, you got more super chats.
I do. Yeah. Yeah, based nephew. That's right. Starting to see it. Hey, the lovely Sherry agrees. Whoa, wait. Those are googly eyes. Some ladies have the mismatched nipples. It's all right.
Yeah, I got one of those.
They're still boobs.
Yeah.
My girlfriend's 13-year-old thinks everything modern day is stupid. She's pretty based, says Hayden. I believe you, bro. And I'm correcting where her woke father is trying to steer her in the wrong direction. Good for you, Hayden.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
You are a good stepdad, bro. Yeah.
If you want to make him really mad, just show him Home Alone 2 Lost in New York and make sure that she's seen the Trump scene.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Speaking of another super chat from our great friend, Canadian $5 from Is This Live? The kids are calling their parents millennial coded. I had to look that up and realize, damn, I'm old. There you go. It's happening, man. I'm telling you.
One of these days, I'm going to put together the Curmudgeon Council.
Well, you sign me up. I have the beard for it.
All we're going to do is just gripe and frown.
Get off my lawn. Okay, Argentum
Back
drops.
in my day.
Yeah. Argentum, well, yeah, you guys don't want to hear my day. Argentum, one of the 6th grade students I tutor for wants a DeLorean more than anything aside from a dog. Well, I understand that. DeLoreans are cool. Stainless steel car.
Are they still building the last ones out of the parts that they found?
I think they're done. I think they completed that.
Did they?
Yeah.
I heard they were doing a new one. Like they got a new model out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I heard. It's like a concept car right now.
So what I find interesting is like how many years later did Musk decide to build the Cybertruck out of stainless steel?
I think he wants to build RVs as well.
Dude, yeah, why not? It's freaking awesome.
There's no point in building a DeLorean without a flux capacitor. I'm sorry,
Rogue Thinker says I'd push that back to 77. I understand. That's Star Wars. I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I have something to show off.
I have the DeLorean. Yeah. So this is the DeLorean website for the new look.
Right.
And so there's 2 that I want to show you to kind of, we're talking about the idea of like the 80s coming back, but let's see if there it is. So that's the new
wow
DeLorean.
That's a really nice design.
I don't know a DeLorean.
I will say that looks cool, but the one that got me is, let me hold on, share this next one. Hold on, I'm going to drop this for a sec. Okay, so it's the Hyundai Nitrogen car that is a concept, but it looks like amazing. Culture, I'm sharing my screen in the back if you want to check this one out. Now, this is the closest thing that I saw. As soon as I saw this release, I was like, now that is what almost like the modern day.
That feels more like a DeLorean, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And it is.
Like the box.
Can I have that car? That's the Hyundai. Cool. What is that?
Yeah, it's the Hyundai nitrogen fuel car. I think it's called like the Envision 74. Envision 74. and there were only a handful of them. They did a few like track day demos of these things, and when you see some of the videos of this cruising, it is something special. Like, look at this. It's just, if I had an extra 100 grand laying around other than the Frank Stallone guitar, I would definitely go buy one of these.
Mm.
Wow.
Cars used to have
nice.
those harder edges, right? Like this. And then they all
Yeah.
went kind of like soft and round.
Yeah.
This is
They all
I
went
dig this look
SUV.
here.
Dude, okay,
Yeah, exactly, right?
I have to tell you, I am a big fan of the doorstop. I mean, one of my favorite cars growing up was in the James Bond film. It was the Lotus Esprit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the little white one.
Yeah, that thing was balls. I mean, it was incredible. I love that car.
And it
Yeah.
went underwater.
Oh, and Christopher Dominguez says, reminds me of the Lotus Esprit, indeed.
There it is. Yeah.
Osmora says, guitars come first. Speaking of which, do I have an ad for you, ladies and gentlemen? Tolerate this for just about 90 seconds. I get no money from it at all. I'm promoting a friend. Hey, folks, quick commercial break here just to say this. I have a lot of great friends that I've made along the way on this journey of video platforms, whatever you want to call it. And one of them is a very talented guitar player and guitar designer. And he recently created a guitar for a very special person under a very special label. In fact, right here you can see that Frank Stallone guitars exists. And right now you can pick up the guitar that's being played right down there. The Stallion from Frank Stallone guitars. You can check it out. And this is a non-paid endorsement. It's basically just helping out my friend get this guitar sold out. It's getting close. It's a beautiful piece. You can see it in many, many ways. This is the interview. You can check out the website. But again, unpaid. This is not a paid endorsement. Not doing that type of stuff yet. But as you can see here, you've got lots of things to view and take a look at this particular guitar. So if you get a chance, check out the FrankStalloneGuitar.com, FrankStalloneGuitars.com, and check out this guitar if you happen to play guitar or you're a collector, especially, because it is something special. Anyway, thanks a lot. And thank you, Stuttering Guitarist, for all your help and everything that you do. That is a really beautiful guitar. You can ask Graham about it. That is Sly's brother, Sly Stallone's brother, Frank Stallone, who actually is a very gifted musician, believe it or not. He also is an actor, et cetera, et cetera. But he does have a guitar company. It's based out of Las Vegas, and Frank Stallone Guitars. So check it out. Pretty cool.
Rumor is that he's a better guitar player. What was it? Songs from the Crystal Cave. He's a better guitar player than fucking what's his name? Oh no, I'm losing it. Martial arts man. Oh no.
Chuck Norris?
Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Steven
Speaking
Seagal.
of gifted musicians, there's one in the background, Culture, waiting to come in.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, TVR.
Hey!
My brother had a couple of TVRs.
There he is.
Yeah.
What's going on, Tom?
I had to come in and set y'all straight on some movie history. Jesus.
All right. Well, thanks, Tom, for coming in.
God, I'm going to give you a crash course here.
Hey, I tell you what, crashes, baby. You do it.
Well, first of all, you have the Silver Age, right? Which begins with the beginning of film and probably hit its peak between 33 and World War II with things like King Kong, Dracula, Frankenstein, Gone with the Wind, etc., Wizard of Oz. Then after World War II, there was some advancements, but throughout the war with film, but not quite as much as you normally would see with a war like that. But then the 40s and 50s kind of meandered for a while. And it wasn't until the first like real blockbusters like Psycho and stuff came out. And the 60s were kind of weird too. But you seen things change, and then it was basically Easy Rider is the moment where everything flipped. And then the other big movie to remember is The Godfather, because The Godfather was so Easy Rider opened the door for independent film and for the guys from the USC Mafia, like, George Lucas, Steve, all those guys, Brian De Palma, Francis Ford Coppola, shit like that. And then you had The Godfather, which came out of that, which was the real first film to be released coast to coast at the same time. Like the type of films the way the film industry works now is because of that movie. From that moment on, for the most part, whenever they had a big film, that's how they released them. And that kind of set us up for things like Jaws, The Exorcist, Star Wars, of course, eventually down the end, to the end of the decade and so on. But the 80s were a bit different than the 70s, but they were pretty much the 70s is what got us ready for the 80s. And then the 80s to me was the golden age, which tapered off and ended somewhere between 94 and 96, in my opinion, because that's when films kind of changed and digital took over and that changed everything. So anyway.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of set up the horror franchise going forward for a while too. And then I would argue 2001 Space Odyssey, Stanley Kubrick.
That's a big one in there, yeah.
Yeah, for science
for
fiction.
special effects films going forward, yeah.
Maybe
you had Planet of the Apes and some other stuff in there too. Yeah. I mean, there's a ton of stuff. I'm not trying to skip over stuff, but I'm just trying to give you like seminal moments, basically.
Right. Yeah, and Hayden for $5 says, Tom picked 20 years when I said the best decade. Look at the hit movies that came out in 84 and 86. The amount is crazy. And he's right. I mean, Tom and I have talked about 84 and 86. I know we have on multiple shows, Tom.
86 was a great year. That was Aliens, Labyrinth. A lot of good
The thing is, you don't get to the 80s without the 70s, though. That's the problem.
Right.
Oh, shit. That's how time works.
Was the first Halloween 79?
78, but yeah.
78? Yeah.
Well, and you had Close Encounters. You had The French Connection.
A lot of great westerns.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Fistful of Dollars, Hang 'em High.
84 was Ghostbusters and Gremlins. Well, there you go. I mean,
yeah, as far as the best year overall, as far as having memorable films, probably 84, yeah.
84 was incredible.
Some people make arguments for 82, but I run with 84, but yeah.
Because in the 80s, you also had some really great TV. Because you had Knight Rider, the A-Team, and all these.
Yeah. Well, and you had my favorite ripoff of Knight Rider, which was Street Hawk.
What? Not Automan?
No, man, Street Hawk with the motorcycle. I think it was badass.
What about Automan?
Or Nighthawk, not Street Hawk, Nighthawk.
No, it was Street Hawk, I think.
Was it Street Hawk? Oh,
yeah. Automan was the guy who turned into the car.
Oh, yeah, Logan's Run was a good film.
Wait a second, I thought that was the Transformers.
That's Autobot.
Oh.
Battlestar Galactica. I still have the original on DVD. It's fantastic.
Yep, we got them right over there.
If you're trying to build a narrative, but the best movies were 84, 86. I agree with you. You're 100% right, Hayden. I'm with you, bro. I think 84 was the best year in cinema. Best year in cinema. My goodness, Osmora again, incredibly generous. 5 CultureCasino memberships. My goodness, my friend. Thank you so very much. Generosity abounds. Taylor Swift is greater than Disney, Star Wars, and MCU. Do you guys know who this is? This is Matt G. He says 80s best decade for film. I agree.
Yep.
Tom, or somebody mentioned TV. Was it you, Tom? 80s TV?
It was me.
Oh, it was you, Jason. I'd also propose that Hill Street Blues was a groundbreaking show from the 80s, which set the standard for episodic police procedurals and police shows going forwards. Another episodic.
And it had a great finale.
Yeah, brilliant finale.
We didn't need Marvel back then. We had Great American Hero.
Just a guy walking out a door. That was the finale.
Well, no, I mean, the finale was just more of the same. It was just, there wasn't an end. It was just, here's another day. It's starting off, and let's just go again and fade to black. And it was.
It did set a new standard, I think, for that kind of show.
I'll never forget A-Team. They were plugging an episode with Hulk Hogan coming on to the show. And I mean, us kids were so hyped for that show. I mean, like, it was a big freaking deal. We all got around the TV to see Mr. T and Hulk Hogan in the A-Team episode. Pretty cool.
I think there were TV episodes like that all throughout the 80s where they would bring on a special guest star, and that took on a special significance.
Miami Vice. I mean, look at how many people went through that show.
Yeah, incredible. That show was amazing. Michael Mann had his thumb on the pulse of what was going on during those years. Yeah, and you know what? He's
how many subscribers do you have to dress like Sonny Crockett?
Oh, dude! If we get to 20K, I'm gonna rock the.
He's got that in his closet right now.
I do actually. I can rock that jacket right now.
I was gonna say, I guarantee it. He does, and it probably still has cocaine stains on it.
Don't tell people that. Is this live? Just gifted 10 Culture Casino membership. It is a membership duel out there. My goodness, thank you. Is this live? Truly appreciate it. Look at these.
I watched Manhunter yesterday. Speaking of Manhunter,
did you really? Oh gosh, that is okay. So. And for those of you who don't know, if you've ever watched CSI, the genesis of that show came from that particular film. With
you know what, I'm going to say something unpopular though.
Uh-oh.
Red Dragon did it better. It's closer to the book. It is closer to the book. I've read the book. I watched both movies back to back in the last week or so, and Red Dragon covers more of the book, and it actually has the original ending of the book, which is not in the Manhunter movie. The Manhunter movie has this very 80s ending. Don't get me wrong. I like that Manhunter has the 80s aesthetic when it's supposed to take place. I like William Peterson as Will Graham a lot better than I do what's his face, Norton.
Right.
But
Edward Norton, yeah.
I feel like the Manhunter film jumps over a lot of important bits that Red Dragon does not, and just conglomerates a lot of scenes and shit. Like, you even have him talking to Hannibal on the damn phone in the Manhunter movie, and it just feels completely out of place. And as much as I love Tom Noonan and stuff like that, Ralph Fiennes does a much better job.
It's interesting you should mention it though, because
I like Red Dragon.
Because the movie I'm covering tomorrow is The Last Action Hero. So I've been looking at a lot of Tom Noonan. And
I know. And it's kind of weird because Tom Noonan in that movie is the same character almost as he's the evolution of the Red Dragon.
Well, it even says you're going to get typecast because he turns up in real life as the slasher guy.
Well, look, as far as TV goes, Putin's Cat is right. Remington Steele was great. You had MacGyver. I mean, just think about everything that was there. I mean, it was insane.
You know what else I watched for the first time?
Starman, the TV series. Thank you.
That was different. That wasn't too bad. It just sucked because it didn't have the original cast, and they did that weird time jump.
Greatest American Hero.
Look at what happened to me.
I already said that earlier.
I can't believe it myself.
Barney Miller, Hunter,
Boom.
MASH,
V, the miniseries, and then the series was so good.
The series not
Stop
so
it.
good, but
the miniseries was better.
The 2 miniseries were good. Now, funnily enough, the second miniseries, Kenneth Johnson has kind of sworn off because he got fired because he didn't want to do what they wanted to do, and the network ended up doing rewrites. That's why we got the Magic Girl at the end.
I got a book bag.
The Love Boat.
I got dog tags. And in case I
get
lost,
Cheers.
I like Cheers.
Tom has stuff.
So this is the weird thing. I got a monocular where I can spy on my neighbors.
Monocular.
Yeah, that thing. Because I watched the Bourne movies for the first time, and I got this backpack with them.
It means you can use your other eye for something else.
Well, and I mentioned that because what's her face, who's in the first 3-4 Bourne movies, she was really young in Manhunter as the blind chick.
Tom, something's on fire in your room. I see smoke.
No.
That's my cock.
Oh no! Quit rubbing it on the desk.
Hell yeah!
I thought this was a mini backpack. I opened it up. This thing's full size. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Tom, how did you say you got that? You said that was at a.
That was the Bourne.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying you had recently gone and seen all of the first 3 movies together, and they were maybe giving that away. That was my.
No, I saw all of them in this set. All 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing about them. The first movie's okay. Second movie and third movie are the first movie redo. Almost beat for beat. Everything happens the same. Then the fourth movie wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it feels like it should have been like a streaming series, like
wasn't that the one with
spin-off.
Jeremy Renner?
Yeah. Which it's all right. And then the fifth one is like, why is Jason Bourne all of a sudden Rambo 3?
I don't know.
I could just never get into the editing in those movies.
That's my biggest gripe is the fast, the wacky
cram 100 cuts into 30 seconds. It's like, come on.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with jump cuts. Speaking of that, is this live for $5 Canadian says you are all wrong. The best year for movies was 1974 when Zardoz came out. One of the best bad movies of all time with my favorite Scotsman that wasn't from Texas or Canada.
Or Egypt or Spain or France or any of those. Yeah. That's a better version than I've got.
Sean Connery.
Cheaper.
It's actually an import.
Yeah.
Is that really? Wait.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I think I have to play this on my region free player, actually.
Yeah.
I love that.
Nice copy.
Beyond 1984, beyond 2001.
I just have the cheap North American DVD.
Kitty Bear sends a proper €6. Says 1895 to 1896. Best year the projector invented. No movies without it. Oh my gosh, that's a great point.
That's a great point. I think Tom.
Tom's you had the silver.
Did Culture read your super chat?
Go ahead.
No, it's fine, Brian.
Yeah, I read a super
All I was going to
chat.
say was that you're going to get the collector's edition of Zardoz with the cod piece in it, are you not?
I better. Yeah, no, I just say, like, to me, like, that era kind of kicked off in the 60s, but sort of not, but mostly covering the 70s through 93, 94, to me is the golden age of cinema.
Oh, wow. Right? You know what? Thanks for catching this. I didn't know this. Disney Sheepherder dropped another $5.56. I think it's when I stepped away from the computer to get more tea. Yeah. Says, unless you were talking geek culture, which the 80s owned, although as far as great movies, the 90s are by far the best decade ever for rewatch.
Here's the thing. We have a problem with the 80s and 90s and partially with the 70s, and this is what it is. We grew up in the first era that was ever able to watch movies anytime they wanted, as many times as they wanted. Right? We had the VCR. We were the VCR generation. So there was a lot of these movies that we grew up with that we were able to see a billion times over. Like back in the day, if you liked King Kong, you didn't get to go see it a million times over. You had to wait till they re-released it again. Right? Like, you know, so like that was kind of, or if it actually popped up on television or something like that, you know? Like, that's why I think some of these movies we hold so dear and we think it's such a great decade over so many others is because they were just the ones that we had all the time watching, right? We seen Ghostbusters 500 times. We've seen Gremlins 500 times. We've seen Lethal Weapon 500 times. We've seen Goonies and all these other films 500 times in RoboCop. So when they do even try to remake them or make a new one, it's a little more difficult than, say, like in the 80s when they were remaking shit from the 50s. Right? Like you had, and even earlier than that with Scarface, but I mean, you had like The Thing and some of those other films in The Fly, for instance, that were very well received, you know? And it was, a lot of it was because there was new technology that was way beyond what they had in the 50s when they made those films to begin with, because the 50s is arguably one of the worst eras for film, especially when it comes to the technical side of things outside of color and widescreen, because they were just trying all kinds of crazy shit then. But anyway, you were saying something, Jason. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say one of the things I wonder is if the movies had not been that good to begin with, if they were just, you know, like Ice Pirates, we wouldn't be watching them all of the time over and over and over again either.
Maybe. I mean, here's the thing: is the older I get, I find myself going outside of the 80s more. See, and that's the thing. Like I start exploring a lot of other decades a little bit more. Now, as far as like pound for pound, like the best era of film, like I said, it's really tough to pick one specific decade because the 70s kind of started in the late 60s, but then the 80s don't start until like 1982 or 3. If you kind of think about it when it comes to film, and they kind of go through the, like up until 93, those movies could have easily fit into the 80s, right? Basically, like, so it's kind of a weird kind of point, and there is like 10 to so many year, 10 to 20 year kind of like eras you could go through as far as like who was popular,
also call it
that stuff.
analog and digital era.
That's true. That's very true.
Well, post-computer.
Well, then you had cable.
Era.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Well, and add that to the video age, right? Like you
Right.
had cable for the first time. We were also kids who grew up on HBO.
Yeah, we had movie channels.
Yeah, and even the regular cable channels would have commercially interrupted, cinema films. I mean, we were watching 80s films on TBS.
I mean, because I would argue that the 70s
WGN.
took a lot more chances than the 80s did with films.
No.
Right? You go back to the 70s and and they just brought up in the chat, Bad News Bears. There's no way you could make the Bad News Bears in the 80s. No fucking chance.
Or now.
They tried to remake it in the, what was it, mid-aughts?
It didn't
Early
work.
2000s,
Yeah.
somewhere in there. Didn't really work out that well. It was really
No.
tame in comparison to the original.
Mm-hmm.
But there are so many films in the 70s, and Tarantino's brought this up too, and I understand where he's coming from, where they would take a hell of a lot more chances than they would in the 80s. The 80s got really safe, right? Like I brought this up before, like a good example of this is the film 48 Hours. I've said 48 Hours is one of the last 70 films to ever come out. Even though it came out in 1982, it ends like a 1970s film. And what I mean was, in the 1980s, by that point, you would have started to see a movie go, well, we can't have, Reggie end up back in jail at the end of the movie. We got to come up with some reason to get him out. So like if that movie had come out 2-3 years later, the movie would have ended with some magical reason they'd have come up with out of nowhere to get Reggie out of prison. You know what I mean? Instead of him just going back to prison like it's supposed to end. You know what I mean? Like it's just a natural ending, but people had come to expect the happier endings. You couldn't have those dark and dour endings in the 80s like you did in the 70s, and we didn't start to get those again until the 90s when they started taking more chances. Now, am I saying that the movies in the 80s are worse than the 70s and 90s? No. I'm just saying it was a different era. We were a different world at that time. We wanted to see different kinds of movies. Right? We didn't give a shit how the good guy really won at the end as long as the good guy won. That's all we cared about at that point.
Yeah.
It's interesting you brought up the Bad News Bears. I remember going to see the early 2000s remake of that with my old man because he was stoked. He was like, hey, if they're going to remake this, I used to watch this movie. I love this movie. And then when we left the theater, he looked at me, he was like, what the fuck was that? That's not what I thought that was going to be. I remember him very explicitly, like, not pleased with that remake. So it was funny.
Yeah, and this live said it exactly. The 80s didn't start the Hollywood ending, but it readopted it from the 1950s.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Different. The 60s came back with a darker ending, and then the 70s was like, we're going to try anything we want. Right? Like, you would never get movies again like Death Wish, Dirty Harry, shit like that they did then. The Exorcist.
Apocalypse Now.
Okay, real quick, I got to get to some of these chats, guys.
Another good one. Yeah.
We've been stopping on top. Yeah, Bad News Bears celebrates 1 month, saying Indiana Bones, the Dial Destiny, work in progress. Okay, all right. You need to work on that. SFX 314 Sabretooth Raptor says, I got to meet Jeremy Renner. Got his autograph. That's pretty awesome. That dude's a hero for a lot of different reasons. Osmora gifted one more Culture Casino membership, $1.99. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Do I sound like
it's funny?
German. Yeah.
Jeremy Renner plays a regular person in all the Avenger films, but he's the only one who's taken on a snowplow and won.
True story. True story. Hayden for another $10. My goodness, my friend, the generosity tonight is flowing in the chat. Says the reason I say the 80s is the best is based purely on each individual year during a decade. 84 and 86 individually had more classics come out than any other if you look at the list in the movies. There's no argument. I'm not arguing with you. Okay? You are correct. The 80s is the best decade for film. Tom just wants to make it longer and say that we had an era that probably will never be matched in human history.
No, and that's my point is, from that whole era of filmmaking, like, and the 90s into the early 2000s were kind of, they're the tail end of that golden era, I guess you could call it. But really, that set that up. And if things had continued down that path, we'd be in a really good place movie-wise right now.
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding?
Shit went off the rails. They decided that comic book movies and IPs and franchises were the only way to go. I mean, I never thought I'd sit there and go, I wish we were back to the days of when they were just trying to find the next adult or the young adult, kind of thing, like with Harry Potter. It's like, at least that was something original. I can't stand that shit, but
The other thing
left the
too,
door open for other things. Sorry.
the 80s and 90s, you had people that were making movies who had actually read books.
Well, and it
And,
had life
you know,
experiences, right,
it ain't
Jason?
life experience. Yeah. I mean, we've talked about this before. You've got kids these days. I mean, look at the milkshake crew over at Marvel Comics. They've got no life experience. They've got
Right.
no work experience. They spend all their days, with their noses in YouTube and TikTok. And how many of them have read Great Expectations or A Tale of Two Cities or The Count of Monte Cristo or Three Musketeers? Any of that stuff.
Yeah.
They're not literary. They're not literate.
No, they don't.
And it's going to affect their storytelling abilities.
Yeah, because they didn't experience Dickens and Sir Arthur Conan Doyle and any of them, and I think that's a major hampering factor. I think I agree. All right, we got a couple more I got to grab. 6 celebrates 23 months of membership because she's awesome. Neuter your pets, eat more fiber, call your mom, she misses you. Wear a seatbelt, thank you. Don't lie, be a good friend. Sunscreen is underrated. Wash your hands. Ladies, shave your armpits. Gentlemen, wash your nuts. Peace.
That's kind of like that one song that came out. Remember that song? And whatever you do, don't forget to wear sunscreen or whatever.
Yeah.
For the graduating class of 1998 or whatever it was. Remember that song?
I do.
Baz Luhrmann one.
Yeah, I love it.
Another thing about the 80s. Another thing about the 80s was we went to the theater a lot more, especially as a family unit. Because if you wanted to see the movie later, you'd have to wait months usually before a VHS cassette would come out. Sometimes it never came out. Like E.T., I remember, would not come out on VHS for years.
Spielberg had a deal because he wanted, I think it was 500,000 or 1 million VHS machines sold in the country before he was going to bring it out.
He was going to release anything, yeah.
Right. So it pushed us to go to the theater more often if we wanted to see, the next big thing. And now people, with streaming and DVDs getting a turnaround of less than a month, it seems like, a month and a half maybe. It's not as prudent with the theater market. So they have to try and bring in these big budget films or nothing at all. We don't get the smaller films like we used to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but what we do get is apparently the cartridge version of E.T.
Wow!
I will always, I will take every opportunity to show that off. Still works.
Yeah, and it's not.
I got too many copies of E.T. on Blu-ray.
Not in a landfill. All right, last one. We got Taylor Swift is greater than Disney, Star Wars, and MCU for $2. Thank you, Matt G. He says 80s, perfect balance between spectacle and story. I think that's true. What a great way to wind it down, gentlemen. You guys are incredible. Our chat was amazing tonight. Wow, holy generosity, Batman. And Tom did Mead Radio earlier tonight. If you want to go back and listen to something great, listen to Tom's Mead Radio. It's always entertaining. Let's see. Anything else roll in the last minute or two? Yeah, nope. All right, guys. Thanks very, very much. You really made this a heck of a night. I'm going to let the gentlemen outro themselves. We'll start with the last in, which is the great and powerful Tom.
Yeah, you know where to find me. I'm on the thing.
Yeah, he's awesome. Tom's great. He has a great channel, does great things, and he's on a lot of.
When people show up,
he's on a lot of shows with me, and I love it. Hi, Lisa. Look at all these great people. Sorry, we're winding it up, but we have to. We have to. Speaking of winding things up, we have our favorite Canadian Scotsman from Texas. How's it going?
It's going pretty well, mate. Yeah, I got a show tomorrow, 3 p.m. Mountain Time on my channel. We're going to talk about The Last Action Hero and have some fun. So that's it, really.
All right. Well, thank you, my friend. Truly appreciate it. Now,
actually, it's not The Last Action Hero. It's Last Action Hero.
All right. Well,
just to make that point.
Oh, thank you for clarifying. Speaking of clarifying things, we have the best sounding Canadian that I know, CC Karaoke.
Friday night, I run karaoke, and Tom Connors usually shows up along with Price of Reason and others. Yeah. Sometimes even Culture Casino, although we run a bit late for that. But.
You guys, yeah. I mean, I turn into a pumpkin. I think that's the popular thing. Jason
late night karaoke on Fridays.
Yeah. Speaking of late night things, let's talk. You know what? Did I bring Jason up? Let's bring Jason in here. He's running the internet. How's it going, Jason?
Good. Good.
Yeah.
Live from the bunker, 1 p.m. Eastern all week. Don't have a guest confirmed for tomorrow yet. I'm waiting to hear back from Paul DeGarabedian to talk about Argyle. And then on Wednesday, Michael Litvak will be here. He's the director of a movie called Molly and Max in the Future.
Nice.
And then Danford's going to be here Thursday. We're going to talk about the Disney proxy war and the Paramount stuff and some other things. So we'll still have a busy week.
Sounds great. Speaking of sounding,
we're 20 away from 2,500 subscribers on YouTube.
You go, girl.
Yo.
20.
Yeah, we had somebody in the chat that was closing in on 10K. It was one of our artist friends, and I can't find him. While I'm looking for that, I'm going to bring up the man that plays guitar and doesn't do it on stream like Tom does. It's this guy, Graham. What's up, Graham?
Hey. Yeah, I don't play guitar very well, but it's fun collecting, and I'm the king of noodling. But we're talking so much about the 80s. One thing we didn't mention is how good some 80s soundtracks are. 1986 Transformer soundtrack. Some of the tracks by Stan Bush on that soundtrack are all time. So if you're looking for something to listen to this week, listen to this Transformer soundtrack, because why the hell not? But anyhow, yeah, thanks for having me, Culture, as always. Catch me on the Gramcast. Beautiful.
There's Luke. There's the guy that's closing in on 10K. What's up, Luke? Good to see you, buddy. Keep at it. You're a good man.
Of course, the best soundtrack of all time is Beverly Hills Cop. But anyway.
That's a great soundtrack. Speaking of great soundtracks, I have my great co-host. He's blue, and he's got a mustache. How's it going there, Jolly?
Yes, I make music myself right here on the Snowdub channel. You can go to Snowdub, click on the channel and go down to Snowdub Music Playlist. Check that out. And Kenny Loggins owned the 80s, and a slept-on soundtrack is the Ghostbusters soundtrack. Check it out. Let's see here. This Wednesday, don't miss it. Jolly's big birthday bash. Going to have a few of these crazy cats show up, maybe a few puppets or two. This puppet's going to be getting drunk, so that's going to be just fun to watch in itself. If you've ever seen a drunk puppet, well, now's your chance. And it's going to be a good show. It's starting a little earlier than usual, about I think like 2:30, 3 o'clock West Coast time. So that'd be like 6-ish on the East, I think. But come hang out. Going to be some big stars showing up. Probably people like the old Drunk 3PO. We'll get to hear about some of his crazy epic times out there with Gina this last weekend. And maybe this guy too, Latino Slant. You never know.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's not a YouTuber.
Latino Slant is.
Oh, Latino Slant is. Yes, I was thinking Mexican Iron Man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. All the Mexicans look alike. It's all good.
They were hanging out this weekend anyway.
Much love, Culture. Thanks for having me on late, and glad I could bring cotton representation to the show.
There you go. That mother puppet's not real. Not real. Not real. Anyway. All right, folks. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the incredible generosity on the stream. Thanks for bringing up controversial things like the $2 super chat from a rate specialist saying Bruce Lee is less than Bruce Jenner. Oh,
shut up.
That's true. I don't think that's true. But thanks for the $2 and happy birthday to the Jolly Man. Do check out his birthday stream. Check out this guy. This guy, criminally undersubbed, Latino Slant. He's great. Thanks for being in and popping in, Polly. We appreciate you. Y'all are great. Thanks, Terry Rose. Thanks, Rabnan Scubla. Thank you, 11 Alpha. And thank you, chat. Maybe Human. We got one more super chat in the house from Toxic Man Flew for $2, saying another tight 90 from Culture Casino. No, it was more like a 3-hour tour. But hey, it was a lot of fun, and I appreciate each and every one of you. On that note, I got to play the outro. I might spare you will I spare you the Gary clip?
Yes, spare us, please.
No, I didn't get to play it on my special. I got to play it.
You have to play it.
No, you
I have to play it.
If you don't play it, I'll play it.
The Scotsman's playing it. I got to play it. All right. Why is Graham with us?
I don't know, but that's cool.
Yeah, leave it.
Leave it right there.
Graham likes the penis.
Thank you. Mecha J got gifted a membership by Osmora199. Thank you, Osmora, for gifting one Culture Casino membership.
Noodles on stage.
I don't know why Jolly's not on stage. Oh, it's because he hasn't been showing up. Oh, you're pretty cool. Hate it!
Look at that skin jiggle.
Lisa's like, I gotta go pick up some cottage cheese. Oh, I love you guys. This is so much fun. I love Sundays. Mark, sexy Gandalf. That's right. All right, guys. Let's say good night. I appreciate you. Oh, what a great night. Oh, what a night.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change.
Thank you, Osmora. Thank you, Big Daddy MRI.
Let me show you what's up, 'cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I don't fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty.
Look at all they gave up. Wish I had more AOAO.
Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face to make you go.
Thank you all. Have an incredible night. Have a great week, and we will see you tomorrow.
Rock and roll.